affectation.
What is this the
Well,
voice?
German affectation is wonderful.
We are dealing with nobles
Is
after
this
all.
going to be the DM voice? I don't know if I can handle this.
Yeah, this is gonna be. Yes, I'm gonna be maintaining this accent forever.
Okay, I want you to know that if
welcome
you
to
do this,
Baldur's
I'm gonna
Gate.
hold you onto it. Like,
Das ist wunderschön, darling.
I don't
Wunderschön.
actually speak German, only you do.
Before we get started with the game proper, I would like us to do a little bit of housekeeping and just introduce ourselves out of character, so everyone knows who the fuck is talking. And
Character. Well, what's the point then?
yeah,
Because
then
the voice is what's important.
what the hell is important? No, but seeing people who can put a name to a voice. Put it that way.
Okay.
And I suppose we'll just go in alphabetical order. What's that with you, Amber? Tell us just the very basic biographical stuff about you.
okay, so my name is Amber, and I just started playing D&D like, I don't know, a year
About a
ago?
year ago.
Yeah, and I'm
a little over.
The last
so I'm
campaign was about a
still
year.
super bad at it. It's
You're
great.
really not as
You're
bad
really
as
not.
you think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better, I guess. But I feel like I'm bad at it, so that's there. I don't know what else about me. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd.
Also, I feel like everyone has to mention their pets, because if we don't
Oh,
mention
yeah.
pets,
That's a very good point because you're going to be hearing. me
yeah,
mention
you
that
will be hearing a lot from them.
I have two cats, Darius and Loki. Loki is appropriately named because he is a master of ripping things up and causing all sorts of mischief and disaster, and will probably be continuing to do that the entire
True
time.
chaotic.
He really is.
Chaotic
He's
dumb.
chaotic dumb.
So yeah, that's me.
All right, okay.
Cats.
Introduce yourselves and
I
your
thought we were
animals.
talking about our characters, not ourselves.
Characters come later. Don't worry about the characters.
Okay. All right. Yes. So, Kay, that's me. I have 3 rabbits that I adopted in Korea and brought back because I'm that hardcore. Yeah, they are Chewy, Nyx, and Shion. Nyx is my female. and I love
Leon's
her.
my favorite.
Shion is the floof monster. Yeah.
He is a monster.
Yes,
With a bad
exactly. He's a floof
attitude.
monster. Yeah, he has a bad attitude, but he was the one that was left behind and had to wait 6 months to come to the US. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I also live with a beagle. We don't talk about him. I hate him. His name is Mango.
Okay, I guess I'm next. I'm Tessa Crowley. I'm gonna be your DM. I've written a book that no one's read, and I have a cat named Mimi who is a little
That
bitch.
is false. I've read all your book stuff.
Whatever. And I have a cat named Mimi who has a precious chirp, but also makes a lot of noise whenever there's anything. Whenever there's anything. So you'll probably be hearing at least some of her somewhere.
Also, there's no proof that she exists outside of these.
Yeah,
images.
she's a cryptid. She's a cryptid. She hides whenever my friends come over, so that's fine. Okay, Val, you're up.
All right. Hi, I'm Val. I am sorta ish a veteran-ish player. How long have we been playing? About 3 years now?
3-ish years, yeah.
3-ish.
You also have DM experience, right?
I do have DM experience,
Ew.
so I can really appreciate how hard this is for Tessa. So thank you for all that you do.
I have a tendency to accidentally break when I'm a player character.
Accidentally.
Yeah,
Oh,
accidentally.
hey, speaking of chaotic,
Don't call me out like this.
So let's see. I've got a cat Hero who is the aforementioned asshole cat.
Asshole, but I love
Um,
him.
I do love him too, and when he's very sleepy, he gets very snuggly, so that's nice.
It's the best when he feels like snuggling in your presence, like, oh.
Yeah, it lasts for
you've seen
about
it,
20 minutes and he's done. But whatever. Oh, here he is. Speak of the devil.
I heard you were talking shit.
Don't forget the olive.
The Olive that Kay just mentioned is my parents' dog. She's a Springer Spaniel and absolutely adorable and so codependent.
Perfect dog.
So precious
Perfect
and
dog.
has never done anything wrong in her life.
Perfect child.
As I
baby.
like saying.
Also,
Lamau.
I'm an artist. I did the logo for Crit Fail Club,
Yay,
and
thank you so much. It's
I
beautiful,
also
we
did the
love
cover for the book that Tessa insists nobody has read.
it.
Okay. Thus endeth the OOC portion. I have a quick, verbal cutscene to get through, and then we'll dive into the... Baldur's Gate, one of the largest cities in Faerun, certainly the largest on the Sword Coast. This massive, crowded metropolis sits on the northern edge of the river Chiantar, not far from the Sword Sea. It's a huge trading hub and has drawn, as most trading hubs do, massive amounts of commerce and prosperity. For hundreds of years, Baldur's Gate has been a staple of Faerun, known for its safety and wealth. At least that's what they say. You wouldn't know for sure because you've never been to the safe and wealthy parts of Baldur's Gate. You've mostly stuck to the slums. It's really all you can afford. That's especially true lately. You've been getting by on odd jobs, chasing down bands of goblins, clearing out ruined catacombs for local priests, escorting caravans from point A to point B, and you have by no means been getting rich, but you've been getting by. Until, of course, this last job. You took on a very dangerous, very risky mission, killing a bandit captain for a local lord, only to get completely shafted when you returned for your payment. You got exactly none of the 100 gold pieces he promised you. The lord neglected, intentionally, you think, to mention that you had to bring back the bandit's head as proof to get the reward. You retreated to the lower city to lick your wounds, proverbial and literal. Specifically, you found your way to one of the cheapest inns called the Elf Song Tavern. It is not the best place in the city to stay, but it's the best place you can afford. It's mostly free of bandits and drunkards in any case, and it also has the benefit of being very quiet. Right at this precise moment, you are all sitting around a table. And I would like, as if the camera is panning around that table, I'd like to get a quick physical description of each of the characters, and you can mention your names.
Who we starting with?
I guess we'll go in
You.
reverse alphabetical order now. No.
Oh, okay, me.
Yeah.
All right. Selwyn is a well, God, I hadn't even thought if they're tall or short, but I'm guessing kind of tall for an elf. They're a moon elf. They've got very pale skin and dark black with bluish tones.
Goth.
Hair.
He's goth.
Goth.
Yeah.
The gothliest goth that they're ever goth.
Goth elf.
Aren't they all?
I mean, we're about to find out, aren't we?
That's true.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, quintessential goth has the crushed velvet cape and everything.
I'm allowing as a DM. She asked for permission, and I said yes. You can have yes, absolutely
This
yes.
thing. Like, fine.
The
For
look would
aesthetic.
not be complete without the crushed velvet. All right. Sitting next to you is Nyla. Why don't you give us a quick description, Nyla?
So Nyla is a halfling, so she's about 3 feet tall.
I imagine she has some sort of hilarious booster seat.
Yes, absolutely.
Or just standing on the table.
like a stack of books that she's piled up underneath her. She looks relatively plain, except for one main thing, which is she has on a very, very dark black cloak that is covered in crow feathers. So you wouldn't notice her on a regular basis, but when she wears that, it's a little distinctive. She's otherwise relatively unremarkable when she's not wearing the cloak, just dark brown hair, dark eyes, and very short.
Righteous. And that brings us to Kay. Tell us a little bit about Ariazes.
Yeah, so Ariazes is a tiefling druid, and she's about 5'6", and she's got very nicely, let's say, like, light to mid deep tone brown skin and the very awesome red glowy tiefling eyes.
Aesthetic.
And that's actually like her signature color. Like, everything that she wears is red, and she hand embroiders everything that she wears. She's got antelope horns, and there's moss growing in between and dangling down, and she just really embraces that whole nature look. Even though the rest of her is red, that's like the one pop of green.
Excellent. And then the camera pans one more time, and sitting between Ariazes and Selwyn is a skeleton. This particular skeleton is quite small, maybe like 5'2", 5'3", and they are wearing an elaborately embroidered golden cape at this particular moment, as well as a shiny gray ascot, and they are whining very loudly. This ale is terrible. This whole place is terrible. Why did we come here?
You can't even taste anything.
That's not the point. What are you guys eating and drinking? Bearing in mind that you've all just come back from a really shitty job where you didn't get paid.
Right. Wow, just like real life.
Nyla has a mug of ale that is it's very big for her. Like, it probably should not be, like, she shouldn't be drinking it. It's not going to end well.
It's
Like
like
half
it's
of
like the
her.
scene from the Fellowship of the Ring where they where the
Yes.
hobbits order a pint and they get really
Absolutely.
excited.
And it's
Yeah.
like huge.
And this is like her third one. She's like pounding him back. She's had a very
Oh my
bad
God.
day.
Is she drunk or does she just have a really high
No,
tolerance?
she has a really good tolerance.
Excellent. I'm gonna write that down actually.
You're like, I'm writing that down. Constitution through the roof.
Oh God.
DM notes, get Nyla drunk.
Oh god, am I have to roll for this? I'm gonna roll for this.
Yeah, I'm probably sticking to just cheap bread and some beer, and I had a little hard cheese in my bag left over.
I'm thinking that Ariadne's is kind of like picking at like everything because everything is like she's really interested in trying new foods and drinks, and she's like, oh, well, to the skeleton, like, oh, if you don't like this, try this one. How about this one?
Sassy, the skeleton, tries that and spits it out immediately. Probably, or maybe it like falls through their lower jaw. You can't really tell. But they immediately say, "This is absolute hogwash. This food is not fit for the Right Honorable Duke of Westinghamshire."
And then Ariadne's whispers like, was that the title that they used last time?
Nope. That one's new.
Nyla just turns
Oh,
to
you're a
Sassy
duke
and goes,
now. Okay.
Yeah, is this a new title or is this like a previous one? What's going on here, Sassy?
How dare you accuse me of lying?
That's true. I don't think they've
I'll
never
have
you've
you
never
know,
lied.
I have never lied once in my entire
course.
life.
Of course not.
What about your unlife?
I think we all like look at her and look at Sassy and are like, "You're dead. You know that, right?"
Exactly.
How
You've never lied
dare
in mine.
you? So this goes on for a while. This is just
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Sassy's cloak like? Is there stuff that I could take off of it?
No, like unless you really want to like cut the embroidery or somehow and steal
Okay,
the
okay.
thread.
It's not like encrusted in jewels or anything.
No,
like
no,
that.
no. It's not.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not that flashy, but
Don't
Sassy.
rob the skeleton.
But Sassy, being a skeleton, does have a tendency to like draw attention, wherever you are.
So
And
you thought a cape that's made of like gold cloth would be less ostentatious?
I refuse to let undeath stifle my creativity.
To be fair, it looks really good.
Of
That's
course
what you're doing
it does.
Fabulously, darling. Fabulous.
Of course it does. So you are all talking about this, and suddenly the unnatural quiet of the Elf Song Tavern is disrupted by the sound of the door slamming open. A man in heavy plate armor walks in. You recognize his tabard instantly. He is a member of the Flaming Fist, a mercenary company employed as this guard. He has a few dozen scrolls tucked under one arm. He unfurls one, hammering it very loudly into the notice board. He does this without commentary, of course, but everyone is staring as he does it. Members of the Flaming Fist don't get used as errand boys, generally speaking. If they're putting up flyers, it must be something big. The door hasn't even shut all the way by the time everyone in the tavern is suddenly crowding around the board.
Do we go over there?
I don't know,
Go
you
check
tell
it
me,
out,
it's
Nyla.
Dungeons and Dragons!
No, I'm not asking you, Tessa. I'm asking
Of course we go check it out. Go check it out, Nyla.
me. I can't reach.
You actually
It's
have the
way
ability...
It's true. She's too short. She can't reach.
She can actually move, like, as a halfling, she can move directly through any creature a size larger than her.
So you could get through
So-
faster.
Nyla,
I mean, I've
Nyla-
got bony elbows, but like, come on.
Nyla looks very sorrowfully at her beer that she's like in the middle of drinking, and she's like,
I'll guard it for you.
I don't know why I have to be the one to do it, but okay.
Ariadne's like immediately steals
You're
the beer
the
and gives it to
sneaky
Sassy.
one.
She immediately steals the beer and gives
Okay.
without
So
you
Nyla-
noticing.
Nyla slips over there, like darting beneath the crowd to see what it says.
All right. You see attention all adventurers. The son of the Grand Duke Ardwin Porter has been declared missing. He was last seen 2 nights ago, leaving the High Hall for his nightly ride outside the city. Below this headline is a sketch of a stern-faced young man. The name under the drawing reads Young Lord Salvador Porter, and beneath that, a general physical description including age, height, weight, skin, hair, and eye color, and the clothes he was last seen in. A reward of 3,000 gold pieces will be given to the person or party who successfully returns to his father. The 3,000 gold pieces is written very large, so everyone is looking at that. And there are a couple people who are, admiring, like, wow, that's a lot of fucking money. But that's not entirely a surprise, because there are only 4 Grand Dukes of Baldur's Gate, and they are all very wealthy and very powerful. And it's really not that surprising that if a son of theirs went missing, that they would just pull out all the stops to find them. The general reaction from the people crowded around the sign seems to actually be one of, like, a sigh of despondence. Here we go again. Except for one, right in the front, who's taking up, like, the majority of the space in front of the sign, is this massive, hulking, fighter, in a shining armor, and he says, "Ah, good! Someone for me to save! At last I can resume my status as the knight of..." I forget what title I gave him. As the knight of the Golden Dragon.
This feels like a personal attack.
Oh boy. I feel like this sounds really familiar.
Y'all can suck it. Nyla was super bored reading this until she got to 3,000 gold pieces. So she's like lit up, like her eyes are like wide open, and she's like got a huge smile on her face. And she heads back to the table and she goes, 3,000 gold.
Like, no other information.
For what?
No other
For what?
information. Just 3,000 gold.
3,000 gold for what?
Some sort of there's like a person who got stolen. I'm not quite sure, but
A person
3,000
got stolen?
Okay. I roll my eyes.
gold.
I roll my eyes and I go over to take a look because clearly she can't get all the information to us.
This big burly fighter person is already telling the surrounding patrons, is like, "Oh yes, don't worry, I'll rescue this." And then he's like, closer, "Salvador Porter, and I will return him to his father, and then I'll refuse to take the offer of gold. And instead, I will nobly ask his hand in marriage." And he's like going on this long thing. And everyone has heard this story already. Like, this guy is a regular here. In fact, you probably recognize him. Roll plus int to see if you
Who's rolling?
anyone
Anybody.
who wants to. Wow, that's a nat
Wow.
1. Good job.
Oh, this is not a good way to start this game.
So
Sorry.
Val, you are the only one who recognizes this guy. His name is Sir Wyndon Orimer.
Sounds as pompous as he is.
Yes, he is absolutely pompous, yes. And he is already going on and on about exactly how this whole thing will go down, and the next thing you know, he's the next Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. And the story is getting quite elaborate now.
Nyla wasn't paying attention until he said that he was going to return the money, and she's now like turned around and is like staring daggers at him. She turns to Ariasis and she goes, "We can't let that happen. 3,000 gold."
We don't.
Ariazis was like not paying attention to anything that was happening, and she's like, "Can't let what happen? What?"
3,000 gold.
Yes, for this stolen person, right?
Yes. Oh, you got it. See, everybody understands. It's all good.
Okay, great. So,
The,
where did Selwyn go?
the innkeeper?
That's a good question.
Do you come back? I assume, unless you want to
I
talk.
come back over.
Unless you want to talk to Sir
They just
Wyndon
disappeared.
Orimer.
Oh my God! Please don't talk to him.
I want to call him Wyndon the Windbag.
So the innkeeper, who is a very nice, you've stayed at the Elfsong Tavern over the past, you've been adventuring together for probably a couple months now. You're not like close as anyone ever was, but you're friends now. And Penny the only thing that she was nervous about when you first came in was Sassy. Like, she was really upset that you brought a skeleton into her thing. But when she realized he wasn't attacking anyone, he was under the control of the wizard. Like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm sure the word "under control" makes Sassy upset.
I am under no one's control. She comes over with a tray full of drinks, and she sets them all down for you, and she says, "On the house." Because she heard you guys whining about how you got completely shafted by the local. Feeling nice.
Ariazis is going to smile very sweetly at her and be like, "Thank you."
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Nyla looks at her and goes, "So you know anything about this Lord Porter.
Salvatore Porter.
Says, well, I've never heard of Salvador Porter, but I certainly know Arduin Porter, one of the 4 Grand Dukes. That who's missing? His son?
Yeah, I rattle off as much as I remember of the notice.
Oh dear, another one.
What does
Another
that
one?
mean?
Another one?
Another one.
Oh yes, there have been a lot of disappearances out by the woods lately. The rumor is that there are sightings of cultists out near the Cloakwood Forest.
This makes Ariazis very upset. Just like, what are they doing in the forest?
Killing people.
The innkeeper, whose name, by the way, is Penny Wester, she knows
Thank
that
you.
you're a druid, and she kind of like pats your shoulder, like Amy, like I know it must be hard for you.
Those poor trees.
Yes, not the poor people, poor trees.
Yeah, Ariazis does not care about the missing people. Just like, oh no, the poor trees.
Nyla's like, I really don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here with you, but
He
cultists.
says-
Cultists.
Yes, cultists. Not a whole lot is known about them, but a lot of people have gone missing, especially younger, children who go wandering out a little too far in the forest. Says, and if you're really going to go after him, I'd advise caution.
So is this Salvador a child? Do we know?
It gave his age.
Did you look at the picture?
Yeah, you looked at the picture. He definitely seems full grown.
Look, humans all look the same. I don't know what you expect me to do here. It's just this.
Nyla's like,
He
everyone's
is a
taller
young
than me.
man, but he is not a child.
I mean, you're all over 5 feet tall. I don't know how I'm expected to tell the difference
I mean,
between what age you are.
In Nyla's defense, as a moon elf, Selwyn, you probably can't really age humans very well either. Like, I don't know,
fair.
they go from very small to relatively tall pretty quickly. So I don't. Anyway,
Okay, so
he does
adult,
appear to be fully
not
grown.
child. Or Nyla turns to the rest of the group. I'm gonna have a really hard time not saying Ember, so please forgive me.
Let's take a moment to explain. We just finished a separate campaign, completely different characters, and yeah, Amber's insisted on rolling a character called Ember.
You know, there was no confusion ever.
Yeah, he was a paladin, and there was a sorcerer, and and a ranger, and it was a whole thing. But that was the last campaign. We're on this campaign now.
We'll get that. I know.
Right.
And
We'll get
once
there.
I get an episode or 2 in, I promise I won't do it. But until then, okay, okay. So I think Nyla turns to the rest of the group and she has 2 beers in her hand. She's looking very seriously. She's like, "So are we gonna get this 3,000 gold?"
It is a lot of money.
Yeah, we kind of talk about gold in the abstract. Like 3,000 gold is not like $3,000. 3,000 gold is like buy a house money. 3,000 gold is more money than any of you have ever had in your pocket.
And yeah.
Nyla's wistfully looking. She's like, think of all the crow things I could buy.
Why would you buy them?
I
Yeah,
probably
Ariazis
wouldn't.
is like, I could embroider for you.
Think of all the things that Arias could embroider for me.
As you are all
There's so many
fantasizing,
options.
lottery-wise about this, I would like all of you to roll perception for me.
Great.
So Ariazis, you are the only one who notices the door opens again. And this time, it's not slammed open by a man in heavy armor. It is instead a tall, very, very thin man, dressed like a wizard maybe, or a sorcerer. And the first thing he does is he goes to the signboard and he rips the sign down.
She kind of looks at him and then looks at everyone and was like, well, that was rude.
They have not
what-
noticed. You're the
what
only
was-
one
what
who's
was
What was rude?
What was rude?
Oh, there's this man. He came through the door. Ariazis points towards the door.
Is he gone?
He is on his way back toward the door.
I'm gonna try to steal it from him. Nyla is out of her seat already, and she's tailing this guy.
All right, so to be clear, what is it specifically you want to do?
So, I guess is there any detail, more detailing about it? Is he holding the sign, or I don't know.
You sneak forward just in time to see him stuff the crinkled up flyer into his pocket. And you notice, as you are kind of getting closer to him, that he has a lot of crinkled up flyers. He's just tailing the member of the city guard who's been posting all the.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna try to tail. I want to see where he's going next.
Just gonna leave? You're gonna split the party?
Yeah, so Ariazis is gonna look at Selwyn and be like, should we follow him? Or her, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Hey.
I don't know.
Nyla just like disappears, and Ariazi's like, "Are we just gonna let the little one go?"
As Nyla leaves, she like looked at both of you and she's like, "Peace," and then just
Just like peace out.
Oh god, help
That's
me.
not good.
So Nyla is leaving. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just trying to tail him from a
I'm
distance?
trying to be stealthy. I want to follow him for a little bit and I'll come back. I just want to see where it's going next.
Yeah, Ariazi's. We're deciding if we're gonna follow her or not. She's going
I
to
mean,
look
we
at
gotta
Sassy like,
decide quick.
The
Yeah.
bartender did just bring you all free drinks.
right. I mean, Ariazi's gonna look at Sassy and be like, "You said it was terrible. I think we should go."
Sassy says,
And-
"I think we shouldn't go because I don't feel like it."
Okay, well then, goodbye. Let's go, Selwyn.
Yeah, let's go.
Goodbye, Sassy. I mean, Duke of whatever you are.
Sassy gets very upset.
We'll come back for you. You're beautiful. We can't leave you anywhere.
Sassy says, "Fine, I'll just hold the table, I guess. You're welcome."
Thank you. And then she runs out.
So I have just so I specify, I have the hood of the cloak up. I put that on before I walked out.
Yes, you have the. Quick explanation. I made each of them a cool little magical item for them to have that they got in big backstory land.
By questionable means.
Jesus.
Ooh.
A 22.
stealth.
Okay, yeah, he does not notice you.
Okay.
You tail him out the door and you see him. So you are following this guy who is following the guard at a distance. And every time they post a sign, they wait for like 2-3 minutes, then they rip it down, shove it in their pocket, and just follow him around. The
Great.
guard is
So-
doing this around all the lower city.
So, okay, I'm assuming that happens like once. The next time it happens, I see the guard go in. Can I sneak in first and take the sign down before he gets to it?
I mean, you can certainly try.
Great.
You would have to roll another stealth check to get past this.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, yeah, you slip right through the door of another tavern, a much smaller one. Right after posts it, you snatch it down before anyone even has the chance to look. And now you have a
Great.
copy of this flyer. I already copy pasted what it said. Have a copy of
just-
the flyer. Congrats, I guess.
So no, I wanna hang out now in front of like in the tavern, but like nonchalantly, and see what he does.
Meanwhile, Selwyn, did you follow?
Did you?
Yes.
It's like a follow chain. It's like the guard is being followed by this random guy.
I
This
kinda
random
pictured it as,
guy is
like-
being followed by Nyla. Nyla's being
Right.
followed by Selwyn and Ariazi.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of just like grabbed Selwyn and is like, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah,
So yeah, you're all following each other in a long train. So Nyla, I can imagine Nyla like it's like she's trying to be nonchalant and about as nonchalant as a halfling can be in a human town is like standing on a chair at a table, leaning on her elbow or something.
Yes, with no drink because there has not been enough time to get a drink yet.
Yeah. This guy wanders in and he looks at the signpost and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like looking around. And he spends a couple minutes. He like scratches his head and then he shrugs and then he walks out again.
Okay.
Does he?
I-
Like, which way is he walking? Like, is he gonna run into us? Because we're still trying to tail. I don't know if we lost Nyla.
Unless you are being unbelievably like conspicuous, he's probably not gonna notice. He's just gonna follow the guards.
Ariazi is gonna turn to Selwyn and be like, "Want to pretend to be a drunk couple?"
This is what I was
And
talking
then-
about as being unbelievably conspicuous.
And
No.
then immediately starts laughing way
Like-
too loud, like, "Oh, you're so funny!"
oh my god, shut up.
Can I? So Nyla has walked out. Like she saw the guy leave, and she like walked out, and she sees this, and she like looks horrified.
I give you a look, this was clearly not my idea, but like also.
I like rush over and like grab you two into an alley, and I'm like, you cannot embarrass me like this.
I am a professional rogue.
What do you mean embarrass?
What do you mean? What do I mean? I like
How do
look at you both. I'm like, okay, we don't have time for this. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this man is walking around town taking down posters of this. And so I got one, and I like hold it up proudly, and I'm like, look, I stole it. Okay, it's
It's paper.
Good job.
Who cares?
thank you. I care. Anyway, I think we need to go ask this guy why he's doing this.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
There's got to be intel, right? I mean, there has to be a reason. If we want to get that 3,000 gold, we gotta figure this out.
Right, that's why I said pretend to be a drunk couple. We can pretend to bump into him.
What's the plan
What?
after that?
How high is your deception score, Ariazes? Real quick. How high is that score?
1.
A 1, huh?
It
A
will
plus
work,
1?
definitely, because he won't know that I'm not. He'll think I'm not lying because I'm not
Look,
lying. Because I
look,
can't lie. It's
I
bad.
get it. You're both very pretty, but you're just not used to this kind of thing. Why don't you let a professional handle this?
You didn't even see him come in.
Yeah,
true.
I hate to agree with Nyla, but I think we should let the
You hate
sneaky
to
one do
agree
this.
with me? What are you talking? So,
I
like,
mean,
we're
You
we're
didn't
very-
give us any of the information. I had to go double check it.
We're best friends. Stop this.
Ariazis is like, what's a best friend?
Us.
Oh. Get a room, you two.
Down the
Ariazis just blinks like, okay, if you want to follow him, go.
down the street, you see Sassy poke their head out of the Elf Song Tavern, like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, I totally forgot about the Duke. Okay, let's go back.
I don't really think they're a duke. You
Well,
know that,
they
right?
are today. Tomorrow, who knows? A princess?
Ariazis is just very respectful of other people's identities, and we can all appreciate that.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Okay, I'm gonna go confront the guy who's tearing down the posters.
Okay, you're gonna
Are
split.
you guys gonna join me?
No, you said not to embarrass you.
That's true. Yeah, it's a good point.
Good
I'm gonna go
save,
confront the
Agnes.
guy.
I'm gonna stay a respectable distance, but
So-
close enough for I can help.
Okay, so can I play this like this? The next time he goes into a tavern, take it down. When he comes out, can I be waiting right outside the tavern, looking straight at him?
You sure can, yeah.
Sweet.
Well, it's not always taverns. Like I said, another tavern. There just happens to be.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
they're-
To
but
any
they're
public
going
gathering
into-
space.
Yeah, he's going into banks, mercantile, anything with a place to nail a sign.
Notice boards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's say the next building that you come out of, the moment you stand outside and you watch, the guard goes in, the guard leaves, the stranger follows in, and then the stranger leaves, and you are standing directly in front of him.
With an unrolled poster.
He gives you a side eye.
Were you looking for this?
Don't ask stupid questions.
It's the only kind I had. No.
I don't know how to ask non-stupid questions. Joke's on you, idiot!
Nyla looks at him and she goes, "So why have you been stealing all of these posters of this young child?"
Still not good at age. He says, "Because I'm going to be the one who claims that reward," and he makes a move to grab the flyer out of your hand, and this is going to be a dex con.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's gonna be fun.
Oh, frig.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh no!
He snatches the
hurts.
flyer out of your hand,
Oh,
and
I'm
he
so
stuffs
cranky
it into
about
his
that.
pocket.
Are we still
You know I
following?
already read everything on the flyer.
He says, "I'm not here to steal anything out of your brain."
What race is he?
He is human. Most in Baldur's Gate are human. But not all of them. There's good diversity. Baldur's Gate's a big treat.
How old does he look?
He looks maybe in his 50s.
You're gonna be
Okay.
like, excuse me, young man.
Your parents know you're here.
I didn't come out here. I didn't come to Baldur's Gate to be harassed by small children walking around.
He does,
Disrespectful.
he does not laugh. He leans down. "Listen, stay out of my way. You'll regret it if you don't." Stands back up, and unless you try to say something, he heads away.
I think I'm just like bemused. I think Nyla is just just first of all, she's very angry about having the poster stolen from her, but she's also like, we already know the information, so she lets him walk away. Selwyn, you're near me.
yeah.
Yeah, did you
near-ish.
tail? Yeah, because
I head over.
assume
Okay.
we followed. Yeah,
Yeah. Look,
respectfully.
I look at both of you. I'm like, that incredibly disrespectful young man told me that he was stealing those posters so that he could be the one to collect the reward. And what he doesn't understand is that's my 3,000 gold pieces.
Hour.
I was like, oh, yours. Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. That's our 3,000 gold pieces.
Very convincing. Very,
will
very, very
100%
convincing.
be sharing in a total equal share with all of you.
From down the street, you hear,
Mhm.
"I'm going to drink your ale."
Nyla looks very concerned and and she goes, "Wait, Sassy still has the ale?" And she's like, "No!" And she starts walking back.
I
This has
guess
been
we
a
had
lot of walking.
really.
She's also very short, so you catch up very easily.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Ariazis and Selwyn are walking like normal pace, and they're like, "Oh look, we caught up."
Meanwhile, Nyla's speed walking very fast.
You make it back to the Elf Song Inn, and you are just in time to hear about Wind and Orimer and his elaborate fantasies of what the marriage will be.
Oh boy.
This is
This
a
really,
personal
really
attack.
does. This really does remind me so much.
This is fucking directional. Goddamn.
Ah.
Jesus Christ. Come here.
Ariazis is gonna like go right up to him and be like, okay, tell me exactly what the wedding is going to be like.
He immediately like claps you on the back. He's like, "Thank you for asking, Miss."
Ariazis, professional
Ariazis.
embroider person.
Professional embroiderer. He says, "Thank you."
Nyla like looks over and she's like, "You can't use your real name." And she just like shakes her head and walks off to the table.
He says, "You are a very kind soul, and when it comes time to embroider all the cloth for the wedding, I'll be sure to keep you in mind, little lady." And he like claps you on the back again.
And she's like, yes, what colors are you thinking for the wedding?
Well, it is a wedding, so I assume white.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And what and the flowers? What are we thinking here?
okay, so the reason we're all laughing so hard, for anyone who's listening, is in the
Just
last
like all of you.
in the last campaign, Amber's character got married, and the huge plot point to the party cleric, and he went completely over the top in wedding planning. And yes, Wind and Orimer is basically me throwing shade at Amber.
It's basically DM shade, yeah.
All of you. This is so unpleasant. Only if you have to call him a tasty juice box, okay?
He is a very tasty juice box.
Oh god, it's bad every time. Never mind. Nyla is sitting at the table, drinking beer with Sassy, aggressively ignoring the wedding planning.
Sassy, despite the fact that the ale keeps falling through their jaw, it really just is really going to keep trying to drink and criticize
You're getting your cloak all wet. I'm not washing it for you, that's all.
It's fine, it's gold, it doesn't even show up.
Ariazis is just like, toss her in the river and it'll be okay.
Nyla like looks over conspiratedly and she goes, "It's fine, we'll steal you a new one."
Oh, we should probably mention, since we have two genderqueer party members. Selwyn goes by she or they. Sassy goes by just he, she.
Depends
it,
on the day.
Hey, you. Just whatever. Yeah. I should probably
Today,
edit
They
that
don't
in.
usually answer to Bones McGee, but
Yeah, it's just a matter
Depends
of
on the
principle.
mood.
Yeah, it's a matter of principle. Ariazis, you are still talking to Wind and Orimer for a while about the wedding.
Mhm.
Does Ariazis even know why she's doing this, or is she just kind of following her heart?
I think that she's trying to why does he want to marry this particular noble? Like there are so many
It genuinely looks like he's just concocting an elaborate fantasy in his head. Like he's going to save this son of a very powerful nobleman, and then he's going to refuse the reward money out of the goodness of his heart, and then the poor kidnapped victim is going to be so taken by this grand gesture that he will immediately fall in love with Wind and Orimer, and then Wind and Orimer will immediately drop to a knee and propose, and then it'll be fine, and then he'll be the next Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, and yeah.
Ariaz is gonna be like, I don't know why.
You get the impression he has never met this person, and this is like
right, exactly.
This may not be the first time he's had this fantasy.
Right. And she's going to try to, I guess, butter him up? I don't know. Why would anyone try to steal people with someone like you in this town?
He puffs his chest and puts his hands on his head. You're right. And in fact, I cannot stand for this indignity any longer. I must go to my future bride! And then he, stamps out the door.
Ariaz is like, oh, thank God, finally. And then goes to sit down. And it's like, oh, Sassy, you got your cape all dirty.
No, it's fine. I intended it to look like this. He
Oh, okay, well then
he
it's
tries
good
to
luck.
drink again and it doesn't work.
Nyla turns to Ariasis and goes, "So did you get any useful information out of that walking bag of air?"
No, he's just an idiot.
Oh. So you just had to hear about wedding planning for no reason.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine. That's great. Okay. Okay, we need a game plan here. The 3,000 gold is very important.
Yeah.
I suppose.
How are we gonna do this?
Let's see.
In
So
the woods.
I mean,
Woods.
yeah,
We
they
should-
told us about the cultists in the forest. We probably need to go to the trees.
Should we try to... I feel like I want to know more about cultists. I feel like cultists are
yeah,
somewhat...
that's
Good idea.
concerning.
Exactly. Those poor trees.
Do you want to?
That's-
How do you want to
that's
investigate?
no.
Want to ask someone? Do you want to roll for something?
I guess yet have we heard anything about, or can
We've
we roll
heard
to
a
see if
little-
we've heard anything about cultists, or is that all new information?
You get the feeling that this whole people going missing thing is a pretty recent development. So you don't know a whole lot about the specifics. Penny, the innkeeper, she seems to know a little bit, but she told you pretty much everything.
Yeah. We should,
Yeah.
I think, interrogate people or
Interrogate people?
like ask around. I
Maybe you
mean,
just
not like
ask politely. We don't need to torture them.
Ariaz is like whatever that word is in common that means ask nicely. I don't know. Interrogate,
explain-
ask whatever. Inquire.
Nyla looks over at Selwyn and goes, "This explains so much."
It's not her first language.
Inquire politely. Yes, ask.
Do you want to ask?
Who? We should look around. Who
Dig
looks like
in.
they
There's a
could be
lot of
asked?
people. It is quite quiet though.
Do there look like there are any groups that are still talking about the situation, or like?
Yeah, there are actually like 3,000 gold is a big draw, right?
Yeah, I was like, is there still
yeah.
a crowd up at the?
So it looks like you will probably have a little bit of competition for this. But there is a group of adventurers, like similar look and gait to you. Looks like they've got, a ranger with them and maybe a fighter. They're all kind of talking in low tones.
Okay, maybe we should approach them nicely, politely.
So Sassy stays here.
Exactly. So leave the skeleton again.
I'll have you know, in my life hang on, I have a
Oh my god.
when I was alive, when I was Her Excellency the Lady Tilda Clearwater, Lord of Waterdeep, interrogating my enemies was among my repertoire.
I see. Does that include getting capes dirty?
Sassy can't glare at you, but you get the feeling that Sassy is glaring
She's
at
like,
you
right. It's
emotional.
not your fault. I'm sorry. You have no mouth.
I
So
have
as
a mouth.
Sassy
It just
is rattling
doesn't
off
work well.
names, Nyla's like taking notes.
Like, okay, you were the Lord of Waterdeep. Okay, and you're the Duke of.
I have a whole long list, and I love every
Oh my
single
God.
thing on the list.
Excellent. So who's gonna go first? The sneaky one, the LV one, or the one with the leaves in her hair?
Probably not the one with a 0 in charisma, which would be me.
Mm. What is my charisma anyway? It is a +1, so not good.
If I have to guess, it's probably Nyla who has. Rogues tend to
Mhm.
stack charisma.
It's not bad.
Also,
yeah.
who would like look at 3 feet of that and be like, "That's dangerous."
I'm incredibly insulted right now.
How dare you?
It's not a bad thing to look non-threatening.
Look, I'm
just
aware of that
saying.
from a practical standpoint, but you don't have to say it out loud. It's rude.
You are human child size. It is perfect. Go.
It's so hard to get people's attention. Nyla goes over.
The fighter looks down, and you can think for a moment like he's looking at a child, and he has that instinct. Hey, kid. Oh, sorry. Hey, what's up?
We're just wondering if you're. I'm just looking around. Heard the news about the exciting new 3,000 gold opportunity. I wondered if you guys had shared any information. Do you know anything? We've been gone for a week, so we're like, we don't know what's going on.
The ranger in the party nods and says, yeah, the disappearances have started pretty recent. I heard a rumor that the last person to go missing was out in the forests to the south of the city.
Okay. Are you guys planning on going for it?
She says, I mean, we're thinking about it. 3,000 gold is a lot of money, but also, whoever's doing this is doing a very good job. And then the fighter's like, also, we have, like, opera tickets. I paid for it.
What's the op? I'm a huge opera fan.
It's Don Giovanni. I don't know. You can't put me on the spot like this.
Ariana, this is like
The only operas I know are like real world operas. It's Don Giovanni, by Mozart, who exists in Favorite.
by Mozart. Oh boy.
It was just too good to pass up. I'm sorry.
The Arias is gonna look at like Salwe and be like, "What is an opera?"
It's a singing thing that humans do. It's actually quite pleasant.
Elves probably have something like opera.
Nyla nods sagely and she goes, "Yeah, the one about the snake. Yep, great one. You're gonna have a great
There's
time."
no snake in Don Giovanni.
Don't worry about it. There is.
No,
Maybe
listen,
in
I've
fantasy,
seen
Don Giovanni.
I've seen Don Giovanni. There's no fucking snake.
It's not the one
No,
with
this
the
is-
snake
this
charmer
is
in the
important.
basket.
Oh my god.
This is important. Now you made me name it, so now it's important.
You made the DM rack her brains.
Don Giovanni is about a lascivious asshole who gets dragged to hell.
Okay, you know what? I get it mixed up all the time with the one about the snake.
No!
It's
How
fair.
did you get those? Okay, I have to not. Okay, yeah, you get it mixed up with the snake charming opera that totally exists. Anything else you want to
ask
ask?
them anything else, or
So you worried at all about the cultists when you do this? Because that was one of the things that gave me pause when I was reading the. Where is the ad?
They say, well, I mean, we can handle cultists. Generally they, like this is kind of out of character information. Like cultists are, they're like cannon fodder of the criminal underground. They're not, but yeah, so they're pretty confident they can handle cultists. They're a little more worried about, sometimes cultists have leaders, and it depends on like which god the cultists follow.
Gotcha. Okay, so
yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, no, we're not worried about cultists either. It's not, they're fine. It's easy to deal with cultists. So yeah, you're okay with it. I'm okay. Everyone's fine.
And now they're like, well, I mean, we were fine, but now I'm a little worried about why you're insisting it's fine so much.
Just don't worry about it. Well, you guys have a great time getting, hunting down cultists, and also enjoy the opera, not about snakes. And Nyla winks at them and walks away.
Not about snakes. Wink. That's adorable.
I love opera. I've seen lots of opera in my day, and I am very offended at this entire conversation.
The only one I've seen is Rigoletto, so I have pretty much no basis for comparison.
I've seen 0 operas. I'm making all of this up. It's just fine.
There
We
go.
can tell.
It's fine. It's fine. It's for the character. It's for
Don
the gram.
Giovanni's the one about the snake. That's why it's called Don Giovanni.
It could be about a snake. You don't know.
Yes, I do.
We do
I
know.
literally do know.
Ariazis is like, "Ooh, snake! I like snakes."
Not only have I seen it, I studied it in college. This is not important.
It's really not. Tangent.
I'm gonna get punished for this. So
Rocks
Nyla
fall
comes
through
back.
the tavern. Everyone dies. No.
You said you wouldn't kill us in the first session.
That's true. I
Roll
did.
new characters because Nyla made some jokes about opera. So Nyla comes back to the table and she's like, they didn't really know much more about cultists other than they're just, cultists. So that's pretty boring. But they did mention there's something about they were disappearing around the north side of the forest. So it sounds like we should go there.
Ariazis is like, "Yay, the forest!"
Yeah, DM question, do we know if there's multiple forests around the city?
So yes, there is a small little forest, not far down the coastway, which is the big trading route at which Baldur's Gate is at the top. To the southeast, there's also a much larger forest called the Wood of Sharp Teeth, but it sounds like they are referencing the Cloakwood, which is a wood that you've passed. You, I believe, didn't Selwyn study in Candlekeep?
I did.
Yeah. So you have never gone into the Cloakwood, Selwyn, but you pass it every time you go from Candlekeep. It's not that big, but it's right on the coast. So you know exactly where they're talking. Yeah, so you probably know, like, when they said, oh yeah, the forest south of the city, you're like, oh, the Cloakwood.
Yeah. It says, "You have an excellent memory for maps and geography because of my background feature of Wanderer."
Yeah, and you've probably been to Candlekeep, too.
Okay, anything else that Nyla's gonna share with us?
That was everything that we had to hear about.
Excellent choice.
All right, yeah. So at least two of us know where we're talking, what they were talking about.
Okay.
Nyla would like to express that she does not like forests.
Yep, we got that.
Good.
But it's so safe in the forest, you know.
It is
the trees,
the opposite of safe.
I
There
mean,
are
the largest forest
spiders.
near Baldur's Gate is called the Wood of Sharp Teeth.
Sharp teeth. Do you hear that?
Ariazi's like gets a really excited look on her face. She's like, "Oh, sharp teeth! What kind of what?"
I can collect
Lots
them.
of bones.
Of teeth. What do you mean? What kind of teeth?
I mean, what kind of animal has the sharp teeth?
It's not important.
It is. It really is important. I need to know. Is it adorable?
Nyla looks horrified between Selwyn and Ariasis. just like enormous eyes, like looking back and forth, like trying to Selwyn, please help me out here.
And like Ariazi's
Really?
grabs Selwyn, like maybe it's dead.
This is going to go so poorly.
I love the winter. I love it because then things don't smell and you can actually look at them for a while.
Sassy says, I've never smelled in my entire life.
Bullshit.
Or
You've
unlife.
never had a nose?
Well,
Well, I guess
Sassy,
what-
Sassy, did you hear anything while you were here?
Probably.
Were you paying attention? Is the question.
No.
Okay, never mind. She's useless.
Nyla is cackling delightfully beside
I am going to put a blanket rule. Unless you explicitly say you want Sassy to do a thing, they are not going to do the thing.
No, that's totally valid.
Right. So, are we going to go?
What time is it? What time? DM question. What time of the day is it?
It is probably in the evening. Not
It's like-
late evening, maybe like 4 or 5 p.m. You could definitely
Nyla-
get to the Cloakwood before it gets really.
Okay. Nyla like
Oh, it's very close.
Nyla looks at both of you. She's like, I mean, I'll go, but I don't want to be stuck in the forest in the middle of the night. You know what they say happens to halflings stuck in the forest in the middle of the night.
What do they say?
Actually, no.
No, what do they say? I don't know.
I can't. My mother actually never finished the story, so I don't know. But I don't want to find out.
Probably that you get mistaken for like a rabbit or something.
Thank you, Sassy. Thank you. for that
Ariazis is like,
delightful
ooh,
piece of
side note, I
information."
was abandoned in the forest as a baby.
Thanks for sharing.
So, you know, maybe you'll just be abandoned and left to die like my parents did with me.
This
Yeah, but
is
you were
really-
found by,
That's true. My padre is a very good man.
Maybe I'll be found by a better troop of adventurers.
Sassy
Nyla
says,
gets
"Can
up.
I come with you?"
Okay, let's go.
Oh, yes, of course. Come, let's go.
Right.
Come on, skeleton, let's go.
You make your way through the city. You head south out of Baldur's Gate. The sun is not quite set. It is near the horizon, but it has not passed below it yet. The coastway is, you can see the ocean to your right, several leagues away. You can smell the salt water. And the Cloakwood is not very far at all. It's maybe like an hour. You head into the Cloakwood. You head to the edge of the Cloakwood, the typical path that leads inside. It's not a heavily traveled road.
Well, we are in Ariazi's neck of the woods, literally, almost.
Yeah, I think Arias is definitely dry. And Nyla like looks at you guys and she goes like, I don't do forests, so you guys figure out what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's okay. The nature lady will take the lead.
I was just gonna do an investigation check and look around.
That's a good idea.
See if I see any signs of, like a big group or anything around we're on the edge of the forest, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right at the edge of the forest. You haven't gone inside.
We also Nyla like points or looks at you guys and goes, we need to watch out for fellow poachers as well. People are gonna cut in our territory and get that 3,000 gold.
Uh-huh.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
I don't feel like you're taking this seriously.
Ariazi is completely not listening now and just like looking around the trees like, who broke branches? Who was stomping around?
But with that 17, you a little ways off. You're looking through the forest, like just what you can see. You do have a little bit of light left, so it's not completely dark. But then you get that familiar smell, the smell of death.
I only have a +1 for investigation anyway, so.
And you kind of, I imagine it's like, the Lucky Charms rabbit, follow your nose to the smell of death. And you head a little bit further into the woods. You're maybe like not even a full kilometer into. And you see a dead horse The horse is a very it's a beautiful horse. Like someone rich owned this. It has a glossy white mane, and it looks like it was shot with a couple arrows in the chest. And there are
Aw,
signs of a
poor
scuffle
thing.
around it and drag marks.
Well, that looks like very, very sketchy.
Well, it looks like a noble's horse.
It looks like it's been here for a couple days.
Okay, so that would match up with the timeline.
Are there any insignias on it? Like, what about the horse's body kit or the horse's corpse? Is there like a saddle and stuff still on it, or anything you might identify it?
Yes, it still has a saddle on it. It's not a marked saddle.
Okay, so nothing fancy. Okay.
I mean, it's a good saddle. It's
Do
a
you want to
well-made
steal it?
saddle.
Nyla is considering it, but it is bigger than she is.
Exactly.
And also, you don't have a horse.
And also, I don't have a horse.
You can't carry it. Exactly.
And also, even if I did have a horse, it'd be very hard to get on it.
Mounting
it's-
blocks exist for a reason.
I couldn't get my legs around it. It would have to be a pony.
Even a pony would be kind of big for it.
Probably gonna have to make it work at some point, but we're not there today. Okay. So if there's nothing else that's on the horse's body, I think
Follow the
Nyla's definitely
trail.
not like nervous about dead things. So she's just like she's been like poking around the horse's dead body, trying to find if there's anything else on it. And she like looks up at you two, and goes, "Nope, nothing to identify it."
Ariazi's like, you mean nothing to steal?
Yes, that is what she
That's
meant.
what I said. That's what I said. What did I say?
That's
Something
not
different?
what. Okay. All right. So we're gonna follow the blood,
There's no blood trail. It's drag marks.
drag marks, whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Either
the
way,
only we have. So
Forest ranger.
None of us is a ranger.
yeah, it's like
Us
none
is
of us is a ranger.
You got a
Favorite
druid
forest.
though, which is
A druid, yeah. Right.
Forest people.
I
it's
know,
the same
I know.
thing.
I'm trying to
druids,
think. if there's
rangers.
anything-
They're both hippies. It's
Exactly.
Uh. what do
all
I
right.
have?
You follow the drag marks.
Yep.
Mhm.
But like, wait. Before we go waltzing around, tromping into the woods, are we gonna be doing like stealth about this? Maybe.
Tell me.
I would like to stealth. I do not want to just go tromping about in the woods.
Ariazi's was raised by elves. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know how to walk loudly anyway. So,
That's true.
and she is a druid, so you know, she's
Yeah.
not gonna stomp around on the plants.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to roll stealth for this.
Okay.
Congratulations on not fucking up these rolls. All right, so the mouth of this cave is very wide and sort of low, like barely 6 feet. And it is overhung with moss. And that is where the drag marks abruptly stop when it crosses from loamy soil.
Ariazi's immediately looks at the moss and is like, "Hey, antlers, same hat, sort of deal." Because she's got moss on her head. She's like, "Hey," and then, you know, we probably shouldn't go inside though.
Well, we can't just stay out here.
I mean, we are not very stealthy. More stealthy people can go inside the cave and die first.
So the drag marks just stop at the cave's entrance.
Well, there's nothing for them to mark.
Oh, okay. So it goes from wood to heart. Okay, gotcha. So we presume it would be inside, but we just don't really have a lot of information. Can we hear anything like inside the cave or?
You kind of approach the mouth of the cave and you crane your head to listen, and indeed you can hear some sort of muttering coming from inside. And in fact, now that you're a little closer to the edges of the cave, you can see that someone has put up sconces, torches.
Nyla sneaks back to the group and she's like, "Someone has decorated the cave."
Ariazi looks
Ooh.
appalled. Like, nature already is decorative. What do you need to do with it?
Also, I would like all of you to roll perception. Nat
This.
3! Excellent job, Nyla.
Oh, we're just having this. This
Hey.
is gonna be on 10.
Hey! That's a
There
19.
you go.
This
This
is-
is
Druid
really
comes
going
through.
on.
Arya comes through. This is her domain. This is her
Mhm.
stomping ground. She is perceptive.
She's like, "Hey, I
and,
noticed that not only is there moss, but there's also some shit happening." What is she noticing?
She notices that in addition to the drag marks that lead from the horse, there are also wagon tracks that lead up to the mouth of the cave and then turn around and go back.
Interesting.
They are fresh-ish. You think they arrived a couple hours ago. But yeah, wagon tracks.
Do you share with the group?
Yeah, she's gonna sort of stare at them and be like, "There are tracks? Wagon tracks? Looks very fresh. But they are going the opposite direction, so probably something is very dangerous inside."
Or something very valuable.
It
Oh,
depends
God.
on interpretation, I guess.
So how do you want to tackle this?
I guess Nyla will turn to the group and be like, well, we have to go inside, or we have to figure out what's in there. It could be the 3,000 gold. I mean, the person.
Right. It could be the stolen person.
A walking 3,000 gold.
Exactly, that one. The 3,000 gold stacked in a trench coat.
The child worth 3,000 gold. Okay, well, Nyla's like, I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer to go in there. I mean,
Scout?
It has to be someone stealthy.
Scout, you mean?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, to scout ahead. So, okay.
Roll stealth. 17's pretty good.
All right.
So let me give you a general map of the cave. You come in and you go up some natural stone steps and around a corner. And around the corner is where you hear the voices. And with the 17, you stick quite successfully to the shadows, which is good because there are 5 people gathered around a table in that first little alcove. They are dressed like cultists, and they are muttering to each other. You would have to get a lot closer to hear because they are talking quietly. And further down the cave, you can hear more voices, but they are muffled as though they have been gagged.
Interesting. Is there any way I could sneak around the cultists?
Yeah, you can sneak right on past and go down a little bit further. And yes, past the cultists, you can see there's almost 20 people there. They are all variations of bound and gagged. They look like they have not been fed particularly well. They look like they've been kept here for a couple of days. They are all very scared, or at least those ones who have not given up entirely.
20 of them. Do I see our 3,000 golden ticket?
You don't see anyone that looks immediately like the drawing that you saw, but then again, if this noble person has been held captive for 3 days, they might have been stripped of their finery. They may look a little different. You'd have to really get in there and look at each one.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm still looking at the outside. How are they bound? Like, is it like something I could cut with a knife, or?
They are bound with pretty heavy rope, and they are also gagged, and they are all tied up to various stalagmites.
Okay.
So you could cut them, but again, that may not be the best idea right at this particular moment. Yeah.
You're the only one in there. We're just outside waiting for your report.
I'm just thinking of the surprise factor of suddenly 20 people running out of the cave really fast.
Well, I mean, 20.
Some of them will die, but
one of them might be the 3,000 gold, though.
I know.
Okay, so
what if he's the one that just sits there or rolls over into the water? It's like, I'd rather drown.
So Nyla's pondering the merits of it, but she eventually decides that it's probably a bad idea to just release 20 people and hope that we all make it out alive. So she's gonna sneak back to the entrance to communicate
it. You didn't notice it before, Nyla, because you were staring very straight ahead. But as you turn around, you see there's you snuck right past Sir Wyndon Orimer, who is caught in a bear trap. Off to the side of the cave.
That's hilarious.
And he looks like he has been there for a while now. It looks like he has already given up hope.
Is it possible that I can go over and whisper to him and the cultists won't notice? Like, where is he looking?
He is really, really close to the wall. It looks like he was also trying to sneak in, and then he immediately got caught. When you are sneaking, you are always, keeping a low level awareness for, any traps that may be laid or whatever. But it looks like he was not doing that. So
surprise.
He is already on his side, staring mournfully up at the ceiling. God, why hast thou abandoned me?
Lathander, Morning Lord. No, I'm just kidding.
I help you. Nyla resists the temptation.
It would not be unusual if he did worship Lathander, though. Lathander is a big god.
Brand.
I
There's a
hate
brand
all
for that
of
type
you.
of paladin.
I'm
hate-
keeping out of it.
Every single one of you.
Anyway, back to this campaign.
The joke is that her last character.
She's a paladin with a capital P of
Exactly,
Lathander.
in the golden sunlight. Oh,
There's
God,
only one way to
emblazoned.
be a paladin, and that's with a capital P.
I mean, that's true. Like, with a paladin, you go hard or you go home. Like,
you can't be a subtle paladin. That's not a thing. I mean, it's probably a thing, but still fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I mean,
speaking
that
of
sounds like a
subtle.
challenge.
Okay, so Nyla resists the temptation to just go make faces at him in the bear trap. And
he has not even noticed you. He's like
Yeah.
whimpering to himself quietly.
Oh, actually, I have a question. Does he look like he has anything valuable on him?
Oh no.
Get out the roll table. Okay, according to the roll table, all he has on him is a flask of wine and 15 silver pieces.
God damn it, not worth it. Okay.
This is gonna
Okay, so I-
this is gonna be a reoccurring thing, which is why I bookmarked
But is it
this
a
roll
good
table.
wine?
It is 130% going to be a recurring thing. Nyla sneaks back out to the entrance.
Okay. You sneak back out to the entrance. Your friends are still waiting for you, except Sassy, who looks like they're staring at their nails. They don't have nails. They're staring at
It's like
the
I'm a
last
skeleton, I don't
bone.
fucking care.
They sometimes paint the last bone on their fingers. Because they don't have fingernails, and this is the next bone.
I sometimes do it for them. I mean, seriously.
Hmm? Only
Like,
polite.
why not? It's for the aesthetic.
I
with a capital
give them
S.
shit, but like I do actually love my little skeleton friend.
Oh, cute.
Okay. So I preview. So I turn to you guys and I go, okay, so here's the sitch. There's five.
Sitch?
The sitch. Shut up. There's 5 cultists sitting around a table. There is a very embarrassingly trapped Sir Windbag, and then there are about 20...
Ariadne snorts.
And then there are about 20 people, one of whom may or may not be our 3,000 golden ticket. So,
20
mean,
people is
free-
a lot.
Freeing people would be good.
I was like, how are we going to handle this? I thought about just releasing all of them at once and making a run for it just for the sheer entertainment value of it, but then I was worried that our 3,000 gold person might die.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a great idea.
Okay, it had some merit. Calm down.
Yes, it did. There is always value in confusion and numbers,
And
but
it would be funny, but probably better to, all
It'd be
3
great.
of us.
It'd be pretty
4
funny.
of us, sorry. Your
be-
lord, ladyship, your dukeness. Whatever you are.
Sassy
So we
says,
need-
"What? Sorry, I wasn't listening."
It's fine, it wasn't important. Go back to what you were doing.
Okay.
So we need a game plan here.
I could cast suggestion on one of them and have them untie some of them.
That's a good plan. I have Thorn Whip. That's very pointy though.
I guess the
And-
real question is, are we going to try to charm everybody into this and sneak our way in, or are we going to try to just 100% just barge in?
I mean, I have friends. Ariazis has friends as a cantrip, but the problem is when it ends, they realize they were charmed, and they're like, "Fuck you."
Also, friends only works on someone who's not hostile.
Right.
You would
exactly.
bet that this is not.
Right. Exactly. They're cultists. They're hostile by nature, so that's just not gonna work. Like she said, she's like, "Thorn Whip, but that's for grabbing and pulling and piercing." Or
I think we should try this the sneaky way.
I mean, it's not a bad idea of sneaking in and trying to sneak everyone out.
20 people. We could try.
I could make myself look like a 4-foot cultist,
That's probably a really bad idea.
Yeah,
but it'd be pretty entertaining.
It would be really funny, but
you could make Sassy look like a cultist.
No, I can't.
oh, that's
actually.
really funny. That's even funnier.
Sassy says, "I'm gonna stop you right there."
It's
No.
like, no.
I also
It's like,
can't.
I'm
I can
gonna go
only
ahead
do
and,
that.
I
can only
know,
do
I
that
know.
myself.
And I know that. I'm just joking around with you both.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say, nah.
I think we
Be
should
good
try
at
to
that.
draw them out of the cave, or at least we need to put them in a position because there's more of them than us. So we need to figure out a way to either get them out of the cave where it's more open air, we're not bottlenecked, or
Something to draw them out. Like, what do I have?
well, I could make a noise. I've got an illusion, so we could make
Oh.
I don't know, pretend somebody was like, I have a lot of money. That would make me come. I would be out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't think that would work for cultists necessarily.
So
Think Nyla's gonna go first? Or
Yeah,
make loud
Nyla's-
noises?
Nyla's gonna cast
So-
minor illusion.
Oh,
But-
minor illusion. Okay.
How do we guarantee that they won't run further into the cave? How do we guarantee that all of them will
Well,
actually
'cause
come out?
I think we should try to pretend that we're something enticing out here. Like, or we could just go in and stab them.
I mean, probably you already snuck past them once. If you want to lure them out, that they're gonna leave all the people behind. So that's probably not a good idea.
I mean, normally I'd be all for the making of more bodies, but why don't we just try to get them out without necessarily killing the cultists?
I mean,
Is
sure,
that
if you
possible though?
think that plan's gonna work, okay, fine. I mean, okay, it's all I'm like optimist Selwyn over here. Not gonna kill anyone today.
I didn't say
Okay,
that.
what we could do, you could find the person who's keeping track of all the 20 people, and then like I could hold them with some vines, maybe. Or you could smash them.
For
I'll just
real?
hold them.
We should just.
I know.
We're just gonna make a really loud noise. Nyla starts shouting.
Like, okay.
All right, Nyla starts shouting. What do you shout? Do you shout anything particular, or you just scream aimlessly?
We have a lot of gold out here.
Well, the muttering stops. Nothing happens though.
Great. Now they know we're here. Okay, let's go inside.
All right, you want to go inside, all of you?
Yep.
Sassy's like, I'll
Ariazi's
be out
already moving. Are you
here.
guys coming?
Sassy's like,
Okay.
have fun.
Okay, bye, your Duke ship.
Sassy, don't let any of them out.
What is Sassy gonna do?
What the hell
know,
am I
right?
gonna do?
I don't know. Be creative, honey.
Throw your cape over them.
Yeah.
Make them do your laundry.
Yeah, sure. Whatever
Okay,
you
bye-bye.
say, mistress. All right, so to be
Yeah,
clear,
it's worth a shot. I shrug.
you screamed a lot and then you went inside, so you do not have the ability to surprise them.
No, I
Right?
mean, like, they knew that we were there anyway, so.
No, they didn't.
Good job.
After yelling, what are we gonna do? Just be like, oh, I saw a bunch of adventurers out there making a lot of noise. Maybe you should go check it out. I don't think so.
All right, so you all walk into the cave and you are met with 3 cultists, one of whom is a little bit, or 4 cultists, one of whom is a little bigger than the other. I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, yay, the first time.
Roll initiative.
Damn, nat 1. I am not doing a great job.
Wow. Well, we are
Eee.
Crit Fail Club.
With it. Yeah.
Living
And
up
you
to our
did
name.
Living
better
up
than
to our
the
name.
cultists.
Nat 1.
Okay,
Well,
so
better to burn it now.
better to roll in that one in initiative.
Oh, yeah, you're right. True, true, true.
The initiative has been set. First up in the order is Ariazes.
All right. Who? You said there are 4 cultists,
4
right?
cultists and there's an extra one who's larger than.
Who's larger? Oh boy. Which?
They're all standing
that's-
about 40 feet away from you.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Thorn Whip because it's a cantrip. So I'm gonna run forward. Because it's within 30 feet. So get 30 feet close and then try to grab somebody.
You want to grab one of the smaller ones or the big one?
One of the smaller ones. I'll leave the big ones for the juicier ones for spell casting people.
Okie is that a roll to hit?
It's a melee spell attack.
Coming to you playing D&D for the first time.
Oh, that's a nat
Whoa,
20.
Nat 20!
Yay!
Oh, the first attack
Air
roll of
horns,
the
woo, woo,
night.
woo.
Oh, this is probably a good sign. Okay, so that means you roll double damage. So whatever dice you roll it twice.
Okay, so let me
Which I
just
think
see,
that would be
it's-
2d6.
Yeah, it says 1d6 on, yeah, so 2d6. All right.
All right, you grab one of the cultists and you drag it forward, and he shits his pants. You're in fear. And next up in the order is Selwyn.
Araz is like, ew, gross.
All right. I am going to cast blindness on the
big one.
big one. So they make a con save.
That's
Nope.
not going to do it. So read off those effects.
Alrighty. So
Or copy pasta.
you can. Well, I'm gonna read it out because we
Okay.
are doing a podcast.
Mhm.
You can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature you can see within range. I went a little closer in order to do so. It's 30 feet. They make a con save. If they fail, they are either blinded or deafened for the duration, which is 1 minute. At the end of each of its turns, it can make a con save, and on a success, it ends.
All right. He is blinded.
Cool.
Big one is blinded.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Next up in the order is Nyla.
So, is anybody within 5 feet of one of the other people, or
So yeah, no one, none of your allies are within are within 5 feet of. However, if
Gotcha.
you want, if you're asking about sneak attack damage, I believe you have advantage on anyone who's blinded.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good point.
ooh, that's a good thing to note.
There we go.
Surprise! He can't fucking see you.
Sweet. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm going for. Is I'm gonna take my rapier and I'm gonna go and try to sneak attack the blind dude.
You want to go in at the risk of making sex jokes. Do you want to go in from behind?
100% do.
Sex joke,
Okay.
sex joke, sex joke.
Okay.
Okay, so I sneak up from behind and I pull out my rapier.
So you have advantage on this attack, which would
Yes.
qualify it for a sneak attack. So you roll twice, take the higher number. 14 is good enough.
Nat 1 again. Jesus.
Oh no.
It's fine.
But no, together it was fine.
Yeah, I mean it worked out, but oh man, I miss all my fancy swords.
You're level 3. It's fine. And the 8 plus 2d6 is 11 damage.
So, and when I'm done, I'm going to use a bonus action to hide.
Okay, there's definitely places to hide. There's like little corners and crevices and shit. So yeah,
Do I need to roll stealth for that, or
It was
Oh,
covered
nope.
in ice.
I guess
yeah.
not. Okay.
Whoa.
Nope. Okay. So that is Nyla's turn. Next up in the order is the cultist that was just thorn whipped and peed their pants a little.
Now it's like you're disgusting, gross.
The cultists, that cultist is going to run screaming past you, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Area. Go ahead.
Actually, let me.
How would you attack of opportunity? I imagine with your quarterstaff.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I was just looking at Thorn Whip. I was like, does that make them and restrained? But it doesn't. Okay. All right. Well, if you're going to break free, yeah, she's gonna whack him with Lishuga, her shiny staff.
The cultist scrambles past you and out the cave, managing to avoid your staff. But yeah, still screaming, smelling of pee.
That's disgusting. Goodbye.
I was like, you let one escape?
It's fine. Something else will eat him. There are lots of giant spiders in this forest.
Why do you have to say things like that?
Because it's so cute. Okay. Anyway, no, they're not in here.
Overshare.
Yes.
The next one, seeing you unsuccessfully hide, Nyla, is going to attack.
That
What's
is
your
not
AC?
allowed here.
Scimitar. Oh, okay.
13.
Nope, that's not good enough. And then the big one,
The big binded one.
he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself, which gives him a +2 to AC. His AC has been bumped up to 15. That is all he can do. Next up is the other two cultists. One of them is going to attack you, Ariazis.
Oh, boo.
That is going to miss because these are all terrible, terrible. And the other one is going to attack you as well, Nyla. And wow, these are all really terrible rolls. Okay.
How nice for us.
Yeah, how nice for you. We go back up to the top of the order with Ariazis.
It's like, okay, you tried to hit me, but it didn't work. Nice try, though. And, okay.
You
let's see.
can do better.
All right, so she already thrown up that one person that she's gonna be like, oh, disgusting, he peed everywhere. Oh god, gross. And so she's going to entangle. Which is
The one that attacked her?
Yeah, the one that attacked. That's within 90 feet, which I am assuming
Yeah,
you
you
guys
are-
are within there.
You are within melee range, so yes, you are.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a 20-foot square starting from me, I guess. Okay, so it's a strength saving throw.
4 is not going to do it. Okay, they are
No.
restrained.
Mhm.
Let me.
Can I talk to him or them?
You can. Talking is a free action.
It is a free action. It's like, hello, are you going to pee too?
The cultist does not answer.
Great. Have you ever heard of the Salvador Porter, something like that?
He still does not.
Okay, great. Nice talking to you.
But he is restrained. Selwyn, you are up.
Cool. All right. So describe the ones that aren't restrained. We've got
two
Big
are
Blind.
You've got Big Blind who just cast Shield of Faith on himself. So his AC is bumped up, and there are 2 that just attacked Nyla that are not.
I'm gonna cast. Alright, so one of them is going toward Nyla, right?
They're both of the ones that are not restrained are within melee range of.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go for Big Beefy again. I'm gonna hit him with
You're
Ray
fine,
of
Nyla.
Sickness.
Yeah, clearly. See if I come rescue you next
All
time.
right,
we do this.
Ray of Sickness. What do I have to roll for that?
You don't roll anything. I roll.
A range.
I
spell
mean,
attack?
you'll have to make a con save after my attack, but hang on.
Okay, yeah, 22 is a hit. So much
All
for
right,
that
so
Shield
make
of
that-
Faith.
Yeah, make that con save. And the description
Damn,
of this.
These cultists cannot roll worth a
They
damn.
suck. I'm so happy that the first episode they're just like, I can't roll.
All right, so that's not
Okay.
going to do it. Read off that description.
So, all right, a ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out toward this beefy boy. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 poison damage and makes a con save. And on a failed save, they're also poisoned until the end of my next turn.
All right, so they have been poisoned.
Yup.
All right. So they are still hanging in there. They are poisoned. Okay, so that was Selwyn's turn. Nyla, you're up. You've got two beefy boys. Right. Well, actually, no, they're not the beefy. 2 boys right in front of you.
Everything is big.
And
beefy
actually,
to me.
they're both women. I decided.
Oh, okay.
They're both 2 not beefy ladies in front of you. And then the blind one is off to the side of you.
Okay. Can I move over to the like? Am I blocked in?
You would-
Or
You can move around them, but it would provoke an attack of opportunity.
okay, gotcha. And I think I'm gonna try to move around them.
Okay.
Go around them. You're
Wait a minute,
small.
why can't they roll?
Really feel like
It's really embarrassing for them.
I mean, they're just low-level cultists. The higher-ups were busy.
I mean, in fairness, Ariazi's whiffed on her attack of opportunity too. So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
make it
Yeah,
around
yeah.
them without getting hit. What?
Sweet. sleep through all slippery. Okay, so I still have I can still do another sneak attack on the blinded guy, right? Because he's still
He is still
blinded.
blinded. Yes.
sweet. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna roll to hit.
It is roll damage.
Okay.
This is just embarrassing for them.
Is it going to be embarrassing after they're dead? I think they're going to be.
10 damage. Okay. You have reduced Beefy Boy down to 0. He is out of initiative order.
And then, can I try to hide again? I want this to work so badly.
All right.
Do it.
Roll to hide. Roll a stealth check.
Oh man.
Nope.
There we go.
It works. You're successfully hit.
Like,
Yes.
where'd she go?
Where'd she go? I don't know. I can't roll higher than a 9, apparently. Okay, next up in the order is now it's the 2 lady cultists who are like, what the hell happened? Where did the little one go? Oh well, I guess we'll attack the other ones. So they are going to attack you, Arya.
She's like, I know, she always does.
Why
that, she
can't
just
these
disappears."
cultists roll?
I really feel like our DM is like rooting against us today.
Right?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! No, this is not just me. There is some sort of supernatural force
There is
making
some
these
sort of
cultists
Ariazi's just like, okay, you missed.
suck. Yeah, we know. Shut up about it.
Okay, I'm just making sure that you know.
I like to imagine we're all like sitting there with our hands behind our back, just like dodging out of the way. And it's
Right,
like-
exactly. Like, you miss me, now you gotta kiss me.
All right, Ariazis, you've got 2 cultists directly in front of you who just missed hilariously,
And then, wait, don't I have the one that's restrained too?
and you also have one who's restrained.
We definitely need to like question. Like, we shouldn't kill everyone. We need to question them.
Right. So does anyone want to question this one? Because he didn't answer.
You are in combat. Focus.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, after we're
after.
done.
All right, so
right
she's just-
now.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what, because I have to keep concentrating in order to keep that one restrained.
Yes,
And like
you
almost
ca-
everything I
but-
have is concentration. Hold on.
Well, you can do other attacks, like you can hit one of them with your
You
quarterstaff.
can-
Yeah, I might do that
You
because
can attack, you can move, you can cast a non-concentration spell. None of those break.
most of mine are concentration. I have a couple, like fine traps. That's not useful right now. Okay. So yeah, I think that she's gonna use her quarterstaff then because she doesn't want to break concentration. Um. Oh. Or is it bear time? No, it's too early. It's
No,
not.
it's too
not bear
early.
time. It's not bear time. No.
It's
Yeah, she's
always
gonna
bear
like try
time.
to whack
It's
the closest
bear
one.
o'clock, motherfuckers.
It is not bear o'clock.
It's always bear o'clock.
She's like, you know what? If these tied up people hear a bear, they'll shit their pants and everything will be messy and dirty.
Accurate.
Okay, so
It's nature. Everything is messy and dirty. What's the difference?
Ariaz is really offended, but she's too busy gonna hit the closest one with her staff.
14.
Just boop on the
That's
head.
good enough. So roll damage. 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you killed a second cultist.
She's just like boop.
All right, and then that was Ariazi's turn. Selwyn, there is one cultist who is restrained and one who is not restrained who just watched their friend get one-shotted.
Boop.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I'll go with Ray of Frost then.
A range. I
Spell
believe.
attack. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why can you guys roll so well, but these cultists are rolling shit?
Only tonight. Watch us afterwards.
I bribed the capricious dice god, clearly.
This is bullshit.
I know, that's
Okay,
dark magic shit.
Frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward a creature within range. Make a spell attack. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 until the start of your next turn.
Okay, so he's not quite dead.
Just kind of like, oh.
Just mostly dead.
Yeah.
That
He's
brings
mostly dead,
us to Nyla. We're next up in the order, my short friend.
Nyla pops out of the shadows and goes, "Hey, I can do that too!" And she also casts Ray of Frost.
Oh no, poor person.
Make a ranged spell attack. That's a dirty 20.
Oh
So
boy.
Roll damage. Yeah, it's dead. She's dead.
Nyla like turns, she goes, "My parents always said I couldn't do magic, but look at that."
All right.
Good job.
Ariazis tries to clap with one hand.
So yes, you have. Congratulations, you solved my cultist puzzle.
Okay, wait, I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Is the pompous man caught in the bear trap, was he looking at us the entire time?
Yeah, actually, he was. And when he sees you
Yes!
polish off the cultist, he's, oh, well, I thank you for finishing them off.
I want like Ariazis to like go over like with the other person dangling, like, oh hello, I didn't see you here.
He says, thank you for polishing them off. You see, I got.
Okay, that's nice.
Nox in.
Anyway, guys,
No,
let's
I
go
want to
save.
hear this. I want to hear this.
Okay.
I got some knocks in, you see. But then
Yeah.
they pushed me backward into this bear trap.
Into a bear
Into
trap?
a bear trap. And I definitely did not trip into it on my own.
Oh.
Nyla turns to the cultist who tied up, and she's like, "Is any of that true?"
I've never seen that guy before.
Like, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Delightful. Delightful.
But then just kind of like goes a little bit. He's like, "Can you please let me out of this trap?"
You just look very comfortable there, so you know what? I think
There are
you should
metal
just-
jaws in my ankle.
It's fine. You'll be okay. We have some business to conduct, and Nyla like turns and walks away.
Sassy sachets into the cave. He's like, one of them got away.
Yeah.
We saw he left a trail. It was
Mhm.
gross.
How hard did you try?
Oh, I was supposed to. Oh, I didn't try.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
So I think we need to interrogate the cultist. Nyla crouches down in front of the cultist. No, she doesn't crouch down. She's as tall as
He's
the
as tall as,
probably.
yeah.
I was like, even if
You
Ariazis
just
were like
stand
dangling
there.
him.
Hands on your hips.
Sorry, I'm used to playing a 6 foot tall.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ember was like 6.5 feet tall, and Nyla
Very
is. Like,
intimidating.
yeah.
Okay, so Nyla walks up to the cultist who is probably taller than her sitting down, and he goes, "So you ready to talk?"
The cultist spits in your face, Nyla.
Oh, that was
Gross.
rude. And also gross. Why are all of you so gross?
Is it a human?
Yes, this one is a human. There was an elf.
Humans.
One of the ones you killed was an elf.
disgusting, tall creatures.
They're all tall, giant children.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
Oh God.
Okay.
Anyway,
he has
you
to
have
make
more
a
charisma,
save,
so
right?
that's fine.
Yes.
And-
It's a wisdom save, and
Mhm.
So the
Nope.
highest was a 12. What's your spell save DC?
12.
So he has beaten.
Dang
You
it.
still lose that spell slot.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, well, you tried.
Okay, well, it was gonna be really cool if that worked.
I have that spell too, and I'm not gonna use it.
Nope.
So your charm
Oh.
does not work. Your spell is about to expire, so you're gonna have to tie him with something if you want him to be restrained.
I got
Who
rope.
has something?
I got rope.
Okay, great.
All right,
Can you
Selwyn
tie
goes
him?
over and ties him up,
Yep.
and you
Okay,
can
bye.
see
We have other things to do now.
you can see Wynnon's like, "Can you please? No, can you listen, please, please? It very much hurts. My ankle is quite pained.
It's nowhere near an artery. You'll be fine.
Nyla looks at you two and she's like, okay, you guys can interrogate this person. I'm gonna go find out which one of these people is worth 3,000 gold. And she walks into the...
All right, you walk to the back of the cave, and the moment you do, everyone is looking at the cave, at the little steps leading down into this final area of the cave, and they are all staring up at you, hopefully with like bright eyes and like, "Oh God, our rescuer is here! They're finally gonna free us!" And you can see a lot of them are like lifting their wrists, like, "Here, please, untie me, untie me."
Nyla looks around the room and she goes, okay, raise your hand if your name
Starts with an S.
starts with an S.
Oh no.
It's gonna be the fucking Zorro scene. I am Zorro. I'm Zorro.
Oh God, please! I hope
You're
that's
asking. You're asking. They all stare at you in confusion, like they're wondering why you're doing this.
We're gonna let all of you go. I mean, okay, actually, the first question is anybody, raise your hand if you're worth money.
They all continue to stare at you. And
Anyway, Ariazis is gonna just try to cut people out, or at least ungag them.
okay, Ariazis goes and starts cutting people out. There are a large assemblage of varying types of people. There's a couple dwarves, a couple halflings, a wayward elf in the back, some mostly humans though. And yes, you go and you cut them all out, and they are all very, very grateful and also very scared.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Nyla's hissed at Ariel. She's just like, how are we going to know which one is worth money if you just let them all go?
They don't
Maybe
look
by-
like they're worth money.
Oh God.
You don't look like
know-
you're worth money either.
You know if you're worth money.
So
If
they,
you're
you
worth
said that
money,
they look
you're
scared.
typically not gonna just say it,
Mhm,
unless you're like windbag back there.
exactly. I have so much money. I'm amazing.
You can still hear him in the back, like, "Why haven't you got me out?"
We're getting there. Calm
Yeah,
down.
like that. You're not important right now. Yeah. So.
You're okay. You'll be fine.
So I'm actually still back out there with him. I hadn't followed the others in yet.
Okay, you can stay out there
So-
with him.
I want to ask him, was Mr. Porter back in there? Young Lord Porter?
I don't know. I didn't get to see him.
Yep, he got caught immediately.
Mm,
Please, he's my future husband. Please let me out.
I don't know. I mean, we saved him, you know.
We don't know if we saved him. He could not be here.
I mean, true. But looks to me like you just got caught in a bear trap.
Please, just
Ariazis
let
is
me
gonna,
out.
like, Look at Nyla and be like, "Are we going to ask them anything?" Or
Yeah, I
did
was saying,
you-
so
did you have a
once
plan?
they're free, Nyla turns to one of the, picks a random one and is like, we just don't know what happened here. How did you end up to be so embarrassingly tied up in this cave?
Well, the one you are addressing, who is a gnome. The gnome looks up at you. Well, first they're kind of like offended, like, I just came down to the forest to get some water from the well.
Well, that was your first mistake. Everyone knows you don't go to the forest. Right,
Ariazis is very offended again. Like, there's nothing wrong with the forest. It's the people who come and never mind.
Because I just came here to get some water, and I was just snatched, just grabbed.
By the cultists?
Yes, by the cultists. There was a whole bunch of them. They were in robes, and they were very scary.
Were you doing anything to make the cultists want to grab you?
I was getting water, as discussed.
Ariazis like pushes Nyla away. It's like, okay, go get your water and ask somebody else.
Okay, I guess we turn to the next. I know. I guess we address. Like, I think we just have to address the group as a whole. Like, so Nyla turns and she's like, listen up, and presumably
Oh my
has
God.
to like stand on a stalactite or something.
Yeah,
or
probably.
Ariazi just like picks you up.
Thank you.
Puts you on
Listen
her
to the
shoulders.
tiny one.
We are your brave and noble rescuers. The important question is any one of you named? And Nyla like looks quizzically at Ariazis and
Like looks down
Forgot
like
the name.
Salvador Porter.
Salvatore Porter.
Are you making fun of my accent?
No.
A human in the front says, "Are you going to escort that one back to Baldur's Gate?"
There
mean,
was
I
a
think
piece
we-
of paper that said he's worth a lot of money.
I'm Sal Porter, he says immediately, or whatever you said.
Uh-huh.
The other one's like, "No, wait, I'm Sal Porter. Escort me back to Baldur's Gate."
Okay,
Okay.
chuckle fucks.
All right, how about we just take everybody back to Baldur's Gate? How about that?
Oh my
Unless
God.
you want to go into the Porres, then you're free to go now.
Someone in the back's like, "But what about all those people you killed? We should do something about that."
That's fine. Something will eat them.
But that's horrible. We need to give them a proper burial.
Okay, you can do that. Next.
Okay, I guess I'll on my own.
God. Question for the group: Should I actually release Windbag? I feel like I should because I
You
am
can do
not an
whatever you
awful
want, 'cause, yeah.
person.
If you want to. Because
All
we're
right.
busy addressing the group, I guess.
Yeah,
And
clearly.
I'm busy
ballsing
holding
it
a
up.
halfling.
Ballsing it up.
Okay.
All right. I get the bear trap off of Windbag, although
Alright.
I'm not particularly careful about it.
Roll plus strength, and he will help.
It's like, oh no, did I
Plus
pull your
three.
leg off? My bad.
You get to add them together. God damn it! You don't have to say +0. You can just roll.
Oh
an
yeah,
D20.
right. You can just yeah.
Yes, but it's so much funnier.
But a 7 plus a 5 is a 12, which is still not good enough.
Oh, poor baby.
So you try, and you're like, "Oh, it's really stuck on there." So yeah, you can't get him off, and he says, "Try again, try harder, someone help! Help! I'm caught in a bear trap, please!"
Ariazis is like, okay, someone is yelling. Are there any other important questions? Can I put the halfling down now?
The one who wanted to give them all Christian burials, immediately runs past, like, "I'll help you! What's going on?"
Trying to get the bear trap off this idiot.
The one that was screaming at you immediately comes over. He's like, "Okay, all of us together on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3." Okay. When you all work together, you manage to pull the bear claw off.
Oh.
And Sir Wyndon Orimer stands up a little shakily and he says, "Thank you! Finally! I've only been begging you to help me for 20 minutes now. It's
It hasn't
fine."
been 20 minutes.
The one who helped you says, "Oh my goodness, 20 whole minutes? Are you okay?"
He's a Windbag.
He says, "Hang on, I'll do a little healing on you, just a minute." And he is going to cast Cure Wounds on Sir Wyndon Orimer. So the person heals him up. He says, "Oh, is that better?" And he says, "Actually, that is quite a bit better. Thank you very much. It's glad to know that someone has common courtesy around here." And the one who just heals like, "Okay, that sounds like you got some issues to work out on your own with these two. But I'm gonna go and try to give these a Christian burial if you don't mind."
Okay, when you're done, then you can come back and we can all talk unless there's somewhere else you need to go immediately.
I mean, it's gonna take a while. Digging isn't like in the movies, where it's just like a montage, and then they're all buried. It takes several hours. It's hard labor.
Ariazis is like digging. Ooh, like digging graves. Looks at Silhouette.
I don't typically dig them to put things in.
Oh, that's true. Anyway.
Also, have you seen my strength?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, someone can help, but like, who has good strength?
What do you
Dig.
want to do? You've got like 20 very scared. Well, I guess technically 19. 19 very scared people who were just really eager for you to walk them. Please walk them back to Baldur's Gate. They do not want to go back out into these woods unaccompanied. And apparently
we
all
want
of
to
them
go
are
out
Salvador Porter. It's
in
amazing.
the
Okay.
middle
It's
of
amazing
the
how all of
night?
them are.
Do we really want to go out in the middle of the night into the creepy
You
woods
you
that
have a
might
little bit of sunlight left, but by now it is going to get dark pretty soon. It'll be dark before you get back.
Yeah, who wants to tell them that probably cave is the safest place for now?
Oh, that was actually me addressing the crowd. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
They all seem like they don't particularly care. They want to go home ASAP. They're hungry, they're tired, they're frightened. And in the background, the guy who held TLM is like dragging the cultists out, muttering, he's like, "So sad. Hope their families aren't too upset."
Is there anyone for us
Sorry.
to roll a perception check to see if we can recognize the faces against
Yeah.
the poster?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
say.
go ahead and roll perception to look at the faces, the 19 faces.
Yeah, the 19 phases. Ooh, there we
Oh,
go.
Wow,
nice.
it's a 19.
What?
Wow,
Wait a minute.
123! It's a D&D
One
record!
d20, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay, let's
There
do
we
a
go.
17.
17. Okay. You all look through the crowd of people. Like, you immediately rule out, like, the gnomes. Like, this is the son of a human,
Yeah.
so it's
Right,
not going to be
exactly.
a gnome. But looking through the ones that are assembled in front of you, of the 19, none of them are Salvador Porter.
Cool.
Okay, so
And in the
maybe
background,
you
you
can
hear,
wait.
"I guess I'll just bury them on my own, then. Don't mind
Arias
me,
is like,
none."
okay, I'm coming, I'll help you.
Wait, what about that one? Is that
I
one
know.
so?
Can Arias turn into a bear to help him dig?
Nyla suddenly gets this like look on her face, and she like stalks out after her.
Arias is like, I thought you didn't like the forest. You said trees are scary.
They are scary. I need to look at this person who is insisting upon burying cultists for some reason.
As
It's
you
important.
as you turn on your heel, you hear from the entrance, "Well, hello there, Lord Porter."
Oh shit.
Dave.
Hello, what do we see?
We got here
should-
first. Nyla
We
shouts.
should
Probably
run to the
it's-
front.
Probably the guy.
You hear the telltale cackle, like, "It's so good to see you, Lord Porter." And then the guy with dragging the dead body of the cultist goes, "Oh, it's so good to see you too. Who are you?"
God.
And he says, "My name is Vestavius, and if you don't mind, your father is waiting for you very eagerly." And he says, "Oh, I'm sure he is, but if you don't mind, I really gotta bury these cultists, you know. They need a proper funeral so that I will bless their bodies." He says,
Arias is like, yeah, we're very busy right now. Please go away, whoever you are.
says, "I'm afraid we don't have time for that, sir." And then he grabs
Oh no.
this person by the wrist and drags them forward. He says, "Now, hang on. That's not very nice. You shouldn't touch people if they don't give you permission to touch them."
This is kidnapping. Again.
Consent.
And he says, "I'm sorry if I made it sound like I was giving you an option."
Oh dear.
Oh, fun.
Oh, golly.
Can I like? So he's dragging him forward. Can I throw like a knife like right past his ear or a dagger right past his ear to get his attention?
You can if you want to waste a dagger. It's going to go
I
straight
know,
into
I
the
was like, are you
woods.
really gonna throw?
It's fine. Well, okay, I get it afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like you could probably pick up a stone off the floor.
Less cool. So much
I
less
mean-
cool.
We are in the forest.
If you guys want to throw a stone, that's fine. But that is not Nyla's aesthetic.
Okay. So you throw a knife directly past a man's ear, and it definitely catches his attention. His eyes swivel back toward the mouth of the cave and land on you. "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, it seems like I guess we just beat you here. Too slow. What are you gonna say?
Arias is like, who's that? What
He
do you
says,
mean? Again.
Beat me, did you? I've been here for hours. Thank you for killing those cultists for me. Now, if you don't mind, I will be taking my prize.
I think you won't.
Or
You
says,
just-
"I'm not a prize.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure he's a person.
Yeah, I'm
This very young man was trying to bury
I'm
people in a
25.
good.
She doesn't understand like human. I'm sorry. If you look anything human-like, she thinks you're a child.
So if you will just release the young man, we can go and help him with his
This
burials.
tiny child.
He is going to cast Firebolt at you.
Oh god.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Wow, okay. 23, damn it hits.
That deals. You take 14 points of fire damage, Nyla.
Nyla looks shocked and very not good.
He says, "What are you going to stop me? I have more where that came from."
Nyla looks up very, very burnt and goes, "Oh,
Salvador,
hell
by
yes,
the way,
we're
is like,
gonna
"Oh
stop
my
you."
gosh, are you okay?"
It's fine. I prefer
You know,
being on fire.
I don't think she is. No, a little scorched.
I, smoking, pull out my rapier and go, "Let go of the child."
I'm 25. All right,
As
everyone.
he keeps saying.
Everyone, roll initiative, please.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right, we are officially in initiative order. We already had the surprise round technically with Vestavius's firebolt.
Mhm.
First up is Ariazes.
Okay, let's see. What can he do? I don't. Does he still have like? Is he still holding Sal, or he let go?
He is not holding Sal. He is
Okay.
just very close to Sal.
Very close to Sal. Okay, that's not good. um, One actually, I think I'm gonna cast Thunderwave, except this pushes him away, which might not be good. But we have someone who's fast, right, Nyla? It should be fine. Okay.
A 4 is not going to do it, so he is going to eat damage of Thunderwave.
Yes, Thunderwave. So a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Con's saving throw.
Oh, Sal's going to have to make.
Oh no. Yeah.
5 is
Oh,
not going to
no.
do it, so
Save.
they're both going to take damage. So go ahead and roll damage. All right, so they both take 13.
Nyla looks at you
Ariazes
and
is
goes,
like, oh,
"Don't
I'm
kill
sorry.
the prize."
I
Oh
have
my
cure
God.
wounds. It's okay. I can help you next time.
They're a person, not a prize.
They can be both. People can be two things.
I don't think
can be
people can
many
be a prize
things.
though, Nyla. I think a prize is like, I don't know. It feels like something that's not a person, like not alive.
Okay, so that took a lot of hit points out of says, "Why do y'all have to immediately jump to violence? This is not okay. Y'all need to seek help."
I'm sorry, you were standing there. He's going to do bad things. Okay, it's fine. We got this.
Next up in the order is Vestavius. He's going to fly.
Of course.
And he is going to fly 60 feet in the air, which is range for most of his spells. And he is also
and out of range for us.
and out of range for you, yes.
Fun.
Selwyn, you are next up in the order. Sal is still being like, "Don't fight! Stop fighting!
What do you propose I do instead?
Let's just
He's going
I'm
to
sure-
steal you.
I'm sure that if we just talk to him, he'll be very reasonable."
Okay.
Slow
Why don't
blink.
you yell up to him? Are you reasonable, V-Man?
All right. I'm just gonna use chill touch. So this ghostly skeletal hand
Ooh.
appears in the space of a creature within range. I make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the chill of the grave.
Okay. Aesthetic.
Ariaz is like, wow, extra.
Yeah, if you haven't figured that one out yet. So in order to do this,
We have to roll the hit.
yeah, okay, fine.
12, 20, yeah, 23 is, yeah.
His AC is 12. Oh, 20. Mhm.
In the most dramatic fashion possible, I whip out this jeweled skull, aim it up at the sky at him. Its eyes flash as I cry out the words to the spell, and it is like the most like Hamlet style raising of a skull thing I can possibly
Alas,
do.
poor Yorick.
Thank you. I don't know
Oh.
why my brain just blanked.
Alright, so this is a guaranteed critical hit then. So go ahead and roll double damage on this spell. 13 points of damage. Very good. Oof. Next up in the order is Nyla. There's not a whole lot you can do unless you want to use another spell slot.
So I've actually got a short bow with an 80-foot range, so she's gonna pull
Hey.
that out.
Okay. Okay, 17, so that's a 1 damage.
Oh,
it's-
no.
Take that! Oh, okay.
So you kind of graze his shoulder and he's like, "Ow."
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay. Finally, you're not rolling like 19s.
You know, he just looks straight at you like, were you trying to hide? Like, okay.
I'm like,
He is-
I'm like under.
He does
under
have a very
tree.
good vantage. He's very high up.
Yeah, he's up. Yeah.
Okay. Next up in the order is Salvador, and he's like, This is a lot. Y'all should really stop fighting. This is not good. Are you okay, little Miss Halfling? Do you need some you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and heal you.
Definitely, I'm not okay, but they.
I am averse to violence, just so y'all know.
He attacked us first.
That's not an excuse.
Okay. You're like, I'm in a forest.
You regain
I'm-
10 hit points, Nyla.
Woo.
And that is
I, like, look at him
Salvador's
and I'm
turn.
like-
He says, please just let him go. Please let him go. Please don't kill him. Y'all have been killing a lot of people, and that's not very good. I don't think this is the right way to do things. And next up in the order is Ariazes.
They were gonna kill you.
I mean, yeah, she does have a point. She's going to kill you.
Intention
so,
does not, just because they were going to hurt someone else doesn't mean you have the right to hurt them.
Okay, you know what? You can talk to him. I'll bring him down. Maybe.
Please
what is
don't
she-
hurt him. You've killed enough people.
Okay, let's figure out what she can do. How far up is
60 feet.
the dude?
60
60 feet, okay. Yeah, she's gonna try to entangle and, like, pull him down, I guess. So she's, like, gonna try to, like, I don't know, make him fall? Or at least,
Or
like,
be
get,
restrained by the entangling plants.
I guess the trees, yeah, could grasp at him. It's to make a strength save, by the way.
I assume that beats your spell attack mod?
Yeah.
Okay, so he successfully shrugs that off. So no, that does not work. Now it is Vestavius' turn.
She just shrugs like, oh, well, I tried to pull him down, sorry.
I need
wanted
all of you to
do
make a
so-
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, god damn it.
Sweet.
I am really not doing well on my.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh,
Every
five.
single one of you is failed.
Damn it.
Well, I had to roll at least one crit failed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh!
I'm dead then.
Yup.
Yeah. Unconscious. I
Yup.
only have 21 hit points. Unconscious. Gone.
This is my favorite thing that's ever happened.
And he just kills us all in the first episode of D&D, and we never... Yep.
Let's leave
Amazing.
it there for tonight. Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. If you want more information on the show, social media links, episode lists, character biographies, or player information, check out our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. If you want to chat with us or other listeners, or even listen live as we record, join our Discord server at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. Episodes are available on YouTube at bit.ly/cfcchannel and wherever you get your podcasts.